What's up, guys, and welcome to the PFCFL Week 7 recap. So, today we're not only two on a call, we're actually three. So, I'm with Jeff Bridges.
What's up?
And I'm with Damien Dillion.
Hey everybody, what's up?
So, we're gonna do a little more of a all-around recap. We're gonna add a few things that we didn't do in the last few weeks. So, first of all, we're gonna start with the Week 7 battles. So I'm gonna talk about my battle against Dundee Darkrais, so that's me against Alistair Fraser. Then Jeff's gonna talk about the battle between the Orlando Magikarp and the Bradenton Rapidashes. Damien's gonna talk about his battle against the Golden State Wartortles, and Jeff is gonna finish the battle portion of the recap with his battle against Casey and the Pittsburgh Steelixes. After that, we're gonna talk about the standings all around, the kill leaders, and we're gonna finish with the schedule for next week. So I'm gonna start right away with my battle against Alistair. So it was a battle that I didn't plan a lot for because I basically brought the same thing I had for him like 2 weeks ago. I just tweaked a few things because I won by a score of 4-0, so I thought my team was already decent and he wouldn't change a lot of stuff on his team. Finally, it could have been a 6-0 battle easily if it wasn't for the Shadow Ball crit on my Jellicent, which got 3 kills in the battle. It really was a great Pokemon, and it pretty much had something for every single one of the Pokemon on his team. It killed Trevenant with Shadow Balls. It also killed it killed Garchomp basically by stalling it out with the burn I got with Scald. I also killed, I think it was Aggron. So that's it for Jellicent. Nidoqueen killed Megalakazam with Crunch. I was Jolly Choice Scarf with Sheer Force, so Crunch was pretty much a guaranteed OHKO. I think minimum damage was like 121%. And Goodra did the rest with the 2 other kills. He got 1 kill on my Goodra using Megalakazam. I had like 12 HP left, so I just let it die instead of switching and getting some useless damage on another Pokemon. And Suicune got the kill on my Jellicent using Shadow Ball. So that's it for my battle. I improved to a 4-3 record. We're gonna talk about it later. So next up is Jeff with the recap of the battle between the Orlando Magikarps and the Bradenton Rapidashes.
Alright, so this was actually a half decent battle, to be honest. It was really good overall. It shows that now Chase has improved. He is doing better. Just a lot of misplays throughout the match, couple serious misplays, swapping out, taking unnecessary damage. Yep. Early on. He allowed the Mega Charizard X to set up a single Dragon Dance, not just once, but twice throughout the match, which completely set him up for failure in the long run, allowing the Mega Charizard to get 2 easy kills, especially on his bulkier mons like Cresselia. Allowing that to go down so early was really detrimental, considering in the long run, Martin didn't really have much outside of Dark Pulse on his Clodser to really hit the Cresselia hard. So if the Cresselia could get in at the right time and start setting up Calm Minds, it would have been a complete threat. But he let it go down a lot earlier, and at that point, with his bulkier mons, Cresselia and Dusknoir going down very early in the match, it was just a matter of how much longer is he going to be able to draw it out. Although I will say he did, we talked about it a lot. He talked to me a lot about it, and he actually did bring like different sets this week. He's starting to kind of understand that that's necessary to do better in this league. He brought some very interesting things, actually, like Assault Vested Manaphy, which was able to... Oh, it was insane. It was bulky as hell, and was able to do some decent damage overall. Modest Choice Specs Jolteon, which in any situation is going to be scary.
Ouch.
That's outright
Plays 130 speed with Choice Specs, and that already pretty decent special attack is like 110 or 115.
Oh yeah, it's insane. It's so fast. It's so hard. Choice Specs Jolteon is nothing to laugh at. You know, it's got more than enough power to absolutely destroy a good portion of the team, but it doesn't do so well against Choice Banded Dragonite with E-Speed that pretty much puts an insane amount of pressure on Chase's team throughout the whole match that had him switching around like crazy trying to avoid dying to that thing, because it's just too good. It was too good for him to handle, and then it was pretty back and forth, I will admit. Trading kills, you know, like the kills, you can see by how the kills are spread out. You know, each Mon that Chase had that got a kill only got one kill. Same with Martin outside of his Mega Charizard, you know, only getting one kill apiece. It was overall, it was very back and forth, but very quick, solid match from both sides. Martin is playing so phenomenally this later part of the season. He's becoming more and more of a threat each week, so everyone look out.
Yeah, I think you're starting to look over your shoulder and you see him coming and you say like, oh, I don't have enough week or I'm gonna get past, because Martin is getting that close. He's just one game behind. I feel like the race till the end of the season is gonna be interesting for the league in both conferences, since we're now 3 teams at 4-3 in our division, I think, or like 3 teams at 4-3 or 3-4. Basically, it's the same thing. It's just 1 week off, and you're gonna lose 1 or 2 places.
Yeah. If I have one bad week, if I lose again,
like against me,
all,
like you're gonna lose against me. You already know.
That's not gonna happen. Or if it does happen, I'm bringing it down to 1-0 at the very, very highest. 1-0, 2-0 at the max.
Yeah, I can agree. I can agree. Like, I'm gonna let you get 5 kills just so that you don't fall too hard.
I appreciate it. But if I have one really bad week, my differential drops enough, he's gonna easily surpass me, and then my berth in the playoffs is gonna be a lot harder to clinch than anything else, which is gonna be really tough. Yeah. It's definitely gotten way too close for comfort.
I think everybody is going for the bye week. That's what you want, because basically you don't want to expose yourself and get taken out in the first round when you can automatically get to the second round. But the only thing is that if you don't battle for 2 weeks in a row, well, for like 14 days basically, because everybody battles pretty much in the last 24, 48 hours of every week. If you do that, you're gonna be rusty. So that's pretty much it for this battle.
Very simple 2-0 victory for the Bradenton Rapidashes to keep them on a crazy good winning record.
Yep. So Mega Charizard X with the... Yeah, go ahead, Damien.
I do want to add something to it, that no matter who you're facing in this league, you always have to take them seriously and count them as a threat, especially on these last few weeks.
Yeah, because for sure, everybody can pretty much like turn around their usual planning and just like change everything and go for something new. Just plan ahead and see if some very surprising movesets, like I had planned for Adamant Choice Scarf Goodra. Nobody uses that, but if you use it and the opponent doesn't expect it, you're gonna have a huge advantage for a great portion of the battle. So those kind of things can happen, and I think will happen in the last 3 weeks of the regular season. You gotta be smart in your planning, both for your team and planning for the opponent's team. You gotta calc everything, every max speed, low speed, stuff like that. You gotta be careful. So next is Damien with the recap of his battle against the Golden State Wartortles, and that's Andy.
Well, first off, I want to say that it was a awesome battle overall. With his winning of 2-0, I really did misplay a few times in this. One of them is I did a damage count for Alligator, especially for my Chandelure, and I just really misplayed about not using Energy Ball on it.
Mm-hmm.
I've been running Choice Scarf for so long, my mind automatically thought I was Choice Scarf, and I took unnecessary damage from it.
So, you think that's what basically cost you the game?
No, actually, what really cost me the game is two things. One, not running Hidden Power Fire on Rotom for that Scizor, and two, not getting that Scizor out of there fast enough.
Yeah, don't remind me.
Rotom Frost with that HP Fire could have surprised Scizor, but
It really could have. And I had actually thought about doing that, but I had actually had another plan for it, but not switching in on one of those Swords dances really cost me, really.
yeah.
And it's just over the few misplays that I made, I could have battled better than what I did. And all three of those misplays overall cost me the game, not getting Scizor out of there fast enough.
Yeah. So I'd be interested to see what Andy has to say about this battle, but it's probably gonna have to wait till like next few weeks. Maybe Andy's gonna be available to do a recap soon, so we'll never know.
Well, but do you have anything to add on that, Jeff?
Yeah, I thought it was a decent battle. I do agree with Chandelure. That was a really, really tough situation, and taking that damage was really, really painful to you overall in the match. I mean, I guess that kind of comes down to, once you use the same thing enough times, you become too comfortable with it and just start to rely on that. And when you change things up, it can throw yourself off as well if you're not in that mindset of having it switched up. And I do agree 100% with the Mega Scizor comment. Just you saw in my match, as soon as that thing got out there and started setting up Swords dances, at that point I had nothing to take care of it at all. I was he completely walled me, and all he had to do was sit there, set up, and finish off my last few mons. So definitely, for everyone else facing Andy, bring a lot of Hidden Power Fire and Fire type moves. Every mon carry Fire move.
And also, since we're talking about past battles, I want to add for Season 2, if somebody drafts his Bisharp, watch out for that.
Yeah.
Mach Punch.
Mach Punch, Conkeldurr. Iron Fist, Mach Punch, Conkeldurr with Choice Band, something like that, could be good. Don't you
Not
think?
particularly like.
Agreed.
I like to run Life Orb, actually.
Yeah, but Choice Bandit gets the extra damage, and with a priority move like Mach Punch, which is only base 40, you want to get the most out of every hit. So
I
think
prefer
you should-
Assault Vested Conk myself. I love running that Assault Vest Conk to just sit there and eat hits and destroy people for days.
with Impish Nature, Max Death, Max Death, something like that.
Doesn't even need it. Go Adamant, Max Attack, Max HP.
And with the Drain Punch,
More
you
than
can-
enough
with,
hits.
With Drain Punch, you can automatically restore a hit point, knock off to just knock anybody off that comes in on a switch.
And then
Mach Punch
coverage
to
punch. And a
Yep.
coverage punch.
Yep.
Basically. So, that's it for this battle. Golden State wins 2-0. Once again, his MVP was Umbreon. We're gonna talk about Umbreon a little later because we have some surprising stats on this Pokemon. Last battle was the Memphis Primeapes against the Pittsburgh Steelixes. So, the battle which was perceived by many as the shock of the Titans, but when you look at the final score, the shock of the Titans, everybody expected never really was.
Yeah, it was really surprising for me as well in the battle to come out so strong. But I mean, I spent hours planning for this match because I knew this was going to be one of my toughest matches of the season. So I was definitely not taking anything for granted. I brought everything I thought I could need, especially more in my higher tier mons. I wasn't even as focused on my lower tier mons that I was bringing. I was expecting, more kills to come from my higher mons. But it turned out that in this 4-0 victory, which still blows my mind now. I didn't even need my higher tier Mons. In fact, the only Mons on my team that got kills were my 2 lowest tier Mons, which was insane. But I mean, it just goes to show how good, you know, the lower tier Mons can be if you use them the right way. I mean, I focused a lot on my Mega Venusaur, you know, building enough, putting enough HP and defense investments to take Psyshocks or Psychics or Zen Headbutts from the Jirachi and pretty much guarantee that I could take it out one-on-one. But I let Mega Venusaur go down early. He got a high roll on the Sludge Wave on the second one, but that's okay. I'll live with that. Donphan, I just got chip damage on a lot of things, but when it came down to it, Electros and Haunter just kept coming in and getting quick, easy kills on his team, while Infernape and Metagross just kind of sat chilling in the back and observing, I guess. I mean, there was a lot of times in the battle where I felt like some risks were taken on my part. Leaving Haunter in against his throw initially, the first time they were in against each other, was a risk, you know, fearing the fact that it might have knockoff. But
yeah, totally.
At the same time, you know, I kind of had, it was the best switch I had, especially for a throw starting to set up bulk ups and rest sleep talking. It was the only thing I had on my team at that point that could really do crazy damage to it. And then finding out later on in the match that its full move set ended up just being rest sleep talk, bulk up, and circle throw. I knew I had my ultimate throw check right there, and that's how it ended up ending off the match with Casey deciding not to try and PP stall and just forfeiting it off and letting throw give that extra kill to Haunter at the end.
Yeah, he would have gotten the better out of the PP stall, since he has sleep talk and rest, which basically give him a longer PP span. He could have won this, but he noticed that there's no use to it. Like, he still has Infernape, Electros, Metagross, stuff like that. So in the long run, he's gonna kill me, because I'm gonna run out of PP before he does on his last Pokemon. So he was smart in giving up.
Yeah, and if it came down to it, I mean, there's a lot of different scenarios you can look at. If I did run out of PP on my Shadow Balls, which eventually I would have either started to get special defense drops or something like that, and I would have started to do steadily more damage. And at that point, since he was the only Mon left, he couldn't switch out and fix the stat drops.
Yeah.
So he would have just started taking more and more damage, and eventually be to the point where he would be 2-hit KO'd before he'd even wake up from his rest. So And if I did have to switch out, you know, I had Electros. I could have brought out and sacked it off if I needed to. It had 4 HP. You know, I wasn't really going to be able to do anything else the rest of the match, and then bring Haunter in, and I could start firing off Dazzling Gleams or Psychics or something else to start picking up the damage again. So either way, it would have ended that way. But I felt overall that the match went perfectly the way I planned it out to go. Electros living with 4 HP off of the Lando T knockoff, and then being able to finish it off with the HP Ice was absolutely clutch. Haunter picking off Jirachi early on, that was really, really nice. Catching the Ambipom on a switch-in with a Psychic was perfect. Electros completely shutting down Vivillon with its Assault Vest was absolutely amazing. Vivillon could not do anything to Electros, and at that point, he couldn't put me to sleep to stop me from hurting him. You know, we couldn't break Sleep Claws because Haunter was already out cold. Yeah. So it worked out perfectly, and I feel like a big weight has lifted off my shoulders, because this has been one of the 2 big looming fears I've had all season. Just you and Casey just kind of looming in the background, like, wait till week 7 and 9, bitch. You're gonna have a fun time then.
So I just wanted to add on what you said, that lower tier Pokemons can do crazy work in this format. Like, some of the NU and RU Pokemon have very big flaws that can be overcome by a very limited roster. That's what basically gives them some value in this league. First thing is that you need to use them. You need to bring them, and you better just give them a special role or mission even though you're gonna die, just like I see Andy using Meowstic to set up screens very often. He knows that Meowsticks pretty much won't get a kill. He uses him as a tool, basically to. Yeah, I mean, generally, Meowstic isn't used to get kills. It's used as a support Pokemon, and you gotta give some special roles to your Pokemon in order to get the most out of them, and they can really help into bringing you some very important points in a battle. Like as I said, my Jellicent got 3 kills, and it's an RU Pokemon. I use it as a wall, as a physical wall, and it gets 3 kills. So every Pokemon can have is used in this kind of league where the rosters are limited. Sure. So that's it with the 4 battles. So the standings, Jeff or Damien, do you have the scoreboard open? So,
I do have the scoreboard open.
All right, so Jeff, you're gonna talk about the Kalos Conference, and Damien the Hone Conference. So go ahead, Jeff.
So in first place in the Kalos Conference is still myself and the Memphis Primeapes with a 6-1 record, with 40 kills and 20 deaths, leading to a plus 20 KD differential, which is absolutely insane at this point in the season. I'm so glad to have such a high differential. It's crazy to see such a high differential up there. At this point in the season, I'm really happy about it. Would be higher, but you know.
I think you don't have anything to complain about.
I have nothing to complain about. True. In second place, coming closely behind and scaring me every day, is Martin and the Bradenton Rapidashes with a 5-2 record, with 36 kills, 26 deaths, with a plus 10 differential. So he's one really bad week for me and one really good week for Martin. Can completely switch the Kalos Conference standings around. So he's definitely someone to look out for at this point. Coming in third place is Andy and the Golden State Wartortles with a 4-3 record, with 33 kills and 33 deaths, evening himself out at a 0 differential. Looking at this now, it's kind of crazy because you're going to see in a minute, there's a little bit of a pattern going on in the Kalos Conference. Up next, we have Chase and the Orlando Magikarps with a 2-5 record, with 27 kills and 37 deaths, leading to a minus 10 differential. Is anyone picking up the...
Yeah, 20, 10, 0, minus 10. The 10-point gap between every team.
That is crazy how that worked out. That's nuts. I just realized that now. That's absolutely insane. Oh my god, that's so cool. I like our conference. I like my conference. It's crazy.
So, Damien, want to talk about the Hone Conference?
Yes, and in first place in Hoenn is Frank, actually, with a 4-3, 4 wins, 3 losses, with 36 kills and 26 deaths, with a plus 10 differential. In second place is Casey Cameron with the same score of 4-3, but the only thing that really separates them is the differential, with Casey having 30 kills and 32 deaths with a minus 2 differential. And in third place is myself with 3 wins and 4 losses, with 29 kills and 36 deaths with a minus 7 differential. And in last place is Alistair with 0 wins and 7 losses, 21 kills, 42 deaths, and a minus 21 differential.
So, Alistair is the first coach to officially say his team being eliminated from playoff contentions. It's a little sad because Alistair had good intentions going into this league. He wanted to have fun, but I feel like he doesn't anymore. He's just like there to finish it and maybe just go on to the next thing. Yeah, we can't all win. It's that kind of league that some teams are very strong and some teams just like don't have that chemistry, that balance. And Alistair has major flaws that can be overcome by any of its Pokemon, and that's how thing goes. There's nothing to do right now. He's gonna try and get a win in the last 3 battles, and I deeply believe he can do it, but he's gonna have to work very hard.
I mean, we all believe that he can, and I don't underestimate Alistair. I mean, he has some great mons going for him.
He's got a phenomenal team.
Exactly. It's just what he really needs to do is sit down as much as he can and plan out, every move that he can possibly do against his opponent, and slow down a little bit whenever he's actually in the battle.
Yeah, he's trying to play too fast. That's the first thing that comes to my mind when I see Alistair in this league. He plays like first feeling is go for this move, so yeah, go ahead and don't overthink, just go ahead, and often he just goes for the Pokemon that's in front of him, and then the opponent switches out and basically just sponges the hit and takes momentum back.
Which,
Yeah,
I mean, go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, he definitely does rush his battles a lot more than he should. With the team that he has, looking over his roster, you pull it up real quick. Looking over his roster, he has all the necessary walls. He's got some ridiculous walls that I would hate facing in any situation. He's got Trevenant, which can live forever. He's got Suicune, and we all know how ridiculous that is. He has Diancie, which he hasn't even brought yet, which is one of the tankiest things in OU right now. I mean, it's nothing but a steel hit, quick bullet punch, and it's gone, but still, regardless, that thing's fat, and it can really, really wall a team if it's used properly. He's got heavy hitters like Garchomp, Mega Alakazam, Golurk. He's got Gallade. He's got Shaman, which can be pretty much whatever he needs it to be with those base 100 stats across the board. He's got Hawlucha for that insane speed. He's got all the tools. It's just a matter of calming down, taking the time to learn how to use each tool each week to the best of its ability.
Yeah.
Precisely. And whenever we was drafting, to be honest, his team actually scared me whenever I saw his full outcome.
He drafted very well in the last rounds, going with stuff like Lucario, Garchomp, Ferrothorn, but he traded 2 out of 3 away, and he went for he replaced Ferrothorn with I don't remember what.
No, that was Chase. Chase had Ferrothorn.
Oh yeah, sorry. So Lucario was one of his bigger threats.
Lucario was Chase's as well. The big threats that.
So who did he trade away? Was Mega Charizard Y?
He traded away Mega Charizard Y and picked up Mega Alakazam, which isn't a terrible thing to do because he didn't really have anything on his team that could benefit from the sun. Like if he had
Axelgor and Vertic, that's what I'm talking about. Both can be used for very specific missions. Axelgor is just put a specs on this. Don't try to make it a spikes lead or something like that. Just go for the pure power it can pack.
I agree with that. I agree.
And Mega Charizard Y never really was used correctly, stuff like that. We won't go on forever about how he played, but I feel he didn't use every tool he had to the best he could.
But what really surprised me at one time is he put Earthquake on Trevenant. That was a real shock.
Yeah.
I mean, he does know, he has the idea in his head that, hey, this isn't the kind of league to bring conventional stuff. This is the league to bring crazy, effed up sets. This is where you bring the stuff that you think in your head, why does this mon have this move? And then you see the kind of situations against other teams. It's like, that's why that mon has that move. Let's bring it. Let's see how it works. It's
Rock Slide on the Trevenant is very good to counter fire and ice types, stuff like that. But anyways, as I said, we won't go on forever about Alistair. We got some other stuff to talk about. So next is the kill leaders. So on screen, you guys can see it in the document. We have the top 25 for kill differential. That's not for kill differential, sorry, but total kills. So in first place we have Umbreon with 11 kills, and it's only got 4 deaths, so that's a +7 differential. That's very good from Andy's part. It's a very defensive Pokemon, but he got the most out of it for offensive missions. He can Toxic Stall you with Toxic Wish Protect. He can wall physical attackers and hurt them back with Foul Play. He used it perfectly, I feel, throughout the season, and that's why it's leader by 2 kills. Next is Mega Charizard X with 9 kills and 1 death. That's a 9 ratio that's completely crazy. In third place is my Jellicent, which only played 5 battles. I'm very happy with that pickup in the later rounds. As you go on, you see Mega Metagross, Jolteon, Manectric, then you see Tyrantrum. Jeff, you only use it 2 times, but you got 7 kills out of it. That's crazy. It's like
It's
okay,
too good. If you
specific missions, like you know when to use it and when not to use it, and it's completely clear when you see at that scoreboard 7 kills and 1 death. That's a +6 differential.
Exactly. Tyrantrum is one of those bonds that you just know as soon as you see it. If you don't take care of it immediately, something's dying. Something is dying. You can, especially if you get a Dragon Dance up, I guarantee you every single time something is definitely about to die.
Yeah. After that, you have Mega Pinsir. I think Damien wasn't satisfied with Mega Altaria. He talked to me like, what can I do to improve my team? And I told him like, okay, go for a quick, good and powerful physical attacker. And he said like, what's available? I said, just try out Mega Pinsir. I think you never regret it.
And to be honest, I don't, and I really thank you for that.
After that, you see Gliscor, your Electros, once again, coming in at 6 kills, 2 deaths. My Hydreigon, same thing, 6 kills, 2 deaths. It got a easy first week against Damien, I feel, with 4 kills. And after that, it only gone 2 and 2. Your Chandler comes in next, then it's Andy's Mega Scizor with 6 kills, 5 deaths, etc. If you guys want to just see the complete stats table, it's in the document, so just join our group and request an access. I usually reply to you in like 30 minutes or so, it won't be long. You're gonna be able to surf through it and get what you want. So yeah, that's the top 25. It's led by Umbreon, which I hope won't get any kills this week because I'm playing Andy. But anyways, we're gonna talk about the battles for next week. So that's the PFCFL Week 8 schedule. So first battle is the Montreal Crawdaunts against the Golden State Wartortles. So that's me against Andy. It's gonna be a great battle. I feel we both have nothing to lose and everything to win. We gotta go all out, and it's gonna be an even better battle than if we were at different points in the standings, but we're right next to each other.
Umbreon's gonna kill your Metagross. Spoiler alert.
I'm planning for it, and I think Umbreon won't even see Mega Metagross's face. So here's a spoiler. Mega Metagross won't even have to look at Umbreon.
I hope not.
Because if he does, it's gonna. I feel like
it will die.
Foul Play is gonna do a lot of damage, and I can't allow myself to. Sorry, Damien?
I said sorry. It's over then, Metagross.
Well, I think Foul Play against my Metagross is like 97% max damage, so I won't be able to place 2 hits. That's simple. So next battle is you, Jeff, against the Orlando Magikarps. So once again, gonna be a very interesting battle. Chase has to win, otherwise he's gonna be eliminated. So
I'm not gonna let him. I already planned for this. I'm being an asshole this week. That's my goal, is to piss him off, and it's gonna work.
You told me about some of your plans, and Chase won't like it. Next is Alistair and the Dundee Darkrais against Martin and the Bradenton Rapidashes. So that's an okay battle, I feel. Alistair can do a few things to work his way up against Martin, but ultimately it's gonna be all about the experience. I feel like Alistair can surprise him, but you gotta give the edge right now to Martin because he's very confident, he's playing well, he's got tools for pretty much everything, so let's see what it can do. But
I want to be the guy who wants to go out on a limb here and say this: if there's any week for Alistair to be able to pull out a win, it's gonna be this one. Looking at the team matchups overall, I think if he really brings the right things, I think absolutely for sure Alistair can pull this one out 100%. He has the right walls to stop Martin's team. He has the right heavy hitters to destroy Martin's team. He just needs to put it all together and execute it.
Alright. And the last battle is the Pittsburgh Steelixes against the Atlanta Fearows. So Damien, want to talk about how you expect this battle to go?
I just want to say for this, I am ready for Casey. I've watched over every battle that he's done, and I'm kind of prepared for some of the mons. I see kind of a little bit of a pattern with Casey, bringing a few on.
Always
and I've already found just a few checks for them. I found most checks for the mons that I am most scared of, which is what I kind of need coverage for. And I know how much of a pain Slowbro can be if he gets up those combines.
I'm so glad you didn't bring that against me.
I am just 100% trying not to let anything get between the win this week. I really wish the best for Casey, but I want to pull out the win. And what?
Go ahead.
I mean, you pull out. Yeah, I mean, if you pull out a good enough win this week, that's going to jump you up to second place in the Hoenn Conference, which is pretty insane to think about. How close you guys are sitting right now. Like, anyone wins or loses right now, the standings change again.
Yeah.
And
so, yeah, this conference is really that close that you can't lose, or you're gonna move a spot up or down. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So that's it for this week, guys. So thank you very much to Damien and to Jeff for coming along for this recap. Next week, I hope Andy or somebody that didn't do it yet will be able to jump aboard and help me doing it. So yeah, that's it for this week, guys. Thank you a lot for watching. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter and on Twitch. If you guys want to follow the Pokemon Fight Club, Fitness the League from the inside, and see how things are going, and have access to the document and see how every player is doing, how every Pokemon is doing, just join the group and we'll add you. It's not a problem. So yep, that's it. You guys want to have the last word?
I'm excited to see how the rest of the season goes at this point. Everything's getting really close. You know, playoffs are basically right around the corner. Everyone's going to be vying hard for that. You know, that bye week in the first week of the playoffs. Everyone's going to be vying hard to make sure that they even make it to the playoffs. It's going to be a crazy couple of weeks upcoming. Then a lot of really good matchups as well. So let's just go at it, guys. Let's do it. Yeah. Let's get right into it.
I'm trying 100% to still in my playoff team, so
it's gonna be interesting to see in the last 3 weeks, but let's go week by week and try not to think too far ahead, and that's how we'll be able to win. So that's it, guys. Thank you a lot for coming, and peace.